Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, July 20th.
The missing person case ended tragically.
62-year-old Martha Company was found dead in a marsh behind her home Tuesday in Flagler Beach. Flagler Beach Police Chief Matt Downey.
Our victim advocates have been with the family since this morning. These type of things are tragic and not the way we had hoped it would unfold. But I can't thank the public enough for their support on social media for the family, as well as our law enforcement first responders here in Flagler County. We even had the Seminole County Sheriff's Office helicopter over here last night aiding in the search.
Her cause of death is pending an autopsy, but police say foul play is not suspected. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
We tried to get some support from Palm Coast on this half-cent sales tax earlier this year or sometime in the not too distant future, and they were not willing to endorse it. Is that true?
That's Flagler County Commissioner Dave Sullivan asking the question of County Administrator Heidi Petito, who says the city's stance may have changed.
There was discussions last year when we talked about their road network. I've talked to their staff now, and I think that there is willingness, and they wanted to know if they needed to write a letter of support. They're looking at ways to stop the gap. They've got the deficit. It's not necessarily our issue, but this is one community, and many of us live in Palm Coast. One of the options that they are considering is adding a franchise fee onto FPL.
Petito justified why a half-cent sales tax would be a better option.
If you're going to levy 3 to 6% on top of that, I'd rather have that 40% estimated, 40% non-residents are contributing. So now you're only really impacting, or that cost is really just being paid in at 60% of our residents. And it's on average, if it's for income of $56,000, it's only $6 a month. I think that this is probably going to be cheaper than the FPL.
Sullivan says while residents may favor it, he isn't sure Palm Coast City Council would support it. Commissioner Donald O'Brien agreed.
They don't want to drink antifreeze, at least one of them.
Sullivan says they'd need letters of support from Palm Coast City Council and the Flagler Beach and Bunnell City Commissions to move forward with a proposal to raise the sales tax by a half-cent. Flagler County is looking to hear from residents on its stormwater master plan. Flagler County Engineer Faith Al-Khatib.
We are taking a look at reduces the flood risk, improves the water quality, and try to come up with a plan to improve the infrastructure problems happening in Flagler County. So it's really very important to have the public out there, update them on the project, get their input. Anybody experience any kind of flooding problems or any issues, they can share with the team. We can take a look at it.
A public meeting is being held on July 31st from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. in Commission Chambers in the Flagler County Government Services Building in Bunnell. For those who can't attend in person, the meeting will also be live streamed on the county's YouTube page. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
From marine studios to marine land.
The water was the thing back in the 1930s, as it is the thing today. Taryn McGinnis from the Marine Land Dolphin Adventures says that bringing in ocean water was how the studio was built in the 30s, and they still do it now.
We still bring in straight ocean water directly into all of our animal habitats.
Is it healthier for the dolphins or the fish?
Well, it can be. I mean, it just depends on the health of the ocean water.
McGinnis said that while they're passionate about the water for their own animals and any wild creatures, they keep the toxins out of the ocean water.
We do have the ability to close the system. So if there was something like an oil spill out there or a red tide, we could close the intake system and just filter and recirculate the water that was already in there.
She said that everything is fine so long as they can bring in the ocean water. You can listen to the Business Report on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 10 or anytime on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, how the community made Marineland a place of education as well as movies. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll. Wake up with Flagler's Morning News. Stay connected with the latest stories and events by visiting WNZF News Radio on Facebook. Watch the Flagler's Morning News video posted every weekday morning and stay informed in Flagler County. Facebook.com/newsradio WNZF.